ह्यो वास्तू ह्यो संस्था तांच्या फुडारपणा खाला घडयल्ल्यो आनी साकार जाल्यो. तांणी सदांच नवीनतायेचो प्रसार केलो, रचनात्मकतेकडे तांणी प्रोत्साहन दिले, विद्यार्थ्यां मदीं इमानदारी, दयाळूपण आनी सेवा हांचें मोल घालपाक मदत केली. सेलेशियन शिक्षणाची आनी दृश्टिकोना बद्दल आशिल्ली तांची जापसालदारकी आमी आमच्या दोळ्यांनी पळयल्या. तरणाट्यांक समाजात योगदान करपा लागून तांकां शक्ती प्रदान केल्या आनी आज आमी हांगा जमल्या तो तांचो आभार परगटावपाक आनी तांच्या फुडल्या वाटचालीक बरें यश हांवडेवपाक.
MLA Fatorda constituency, Sri Vijai Sardesai, Chairman of Goa State Innovation Council, Noronha, our beloved Director Father Kinley D'Cruz, Principal Don Bosco College of Engineering Dr. Nina, Chief Executive Officer of FiiRE. So it's a privilege for me to speak about Father Kinley, whom I have been associated for close to 5 years. There are so many things which we can talk about Father Kinley, but I will like to highlight a few aspects which have been touched to me personally. I think the first connect with Father Kinley was in 2018 during the inauguration of when we started off with the plan for FiiRE, and we traveled to Ahmedabad together, and after coming back we started off our whole journey. And one thing I understood was the trustworthiness, the entrepreneurial skill set which Father Kinley exhibits. So Father Kinley didn't know me, but he had tremendous faith in Noronha sir. And one word of Noronha sir telling Father Kinley that Prashant, who has worked at Father Agnell's for close to 18 years, will be able to do a good service, was taken up in complete toto. I think that's a very, very big entrepreneurial and leadership thought, where you trust somebody whom you feel can be trusted and you believe in him completely. Why I'm saying this is because during the whole career of 5 years which I spent here, there have been numerous occasions when many initiatives have been confusing, risk-taking, and may not make sense at that given point of time. Because any developmental activity cannot be done on a logical conclusion. We have to take high risks for that. And Father exhibited that exemplary characteristics of being an entrepreneur first and a leader first by exhibiting and taking decisions very quickly. So I would say that the trust which he has put upon the people is exemplary. I just have 2 more points. The second point is that he always is people first. He always thinks everybody is a family. Because when we work in a professional setup, we are very, very professional in our approach. But it is the sameness of Father which has brought in by saying it is fine, it is okay. Let's all work like a team, like a family. Somebody will be better equipped, somebody will not be so better equipped, but together we can do more. And that's how we carried the whole ship forward. And last but not the least, I think he has tremendous role to play for the development of entrepreneurship. He had a big dream of building a school of entrepreneurship within the campus, which he carried very, very faithfully and which he still carries. But I think one of the biggest achievement he has done is he single-handedly converted the old presentation school into a skilling as well as entrepreneurial ecosystem. I think it's the biggest ecosystem in Goa as far as promotion of entrepreneurship is concerned. And setting up an academy and setting up an institution is a tremendous thing for the future and for the future generations. I think there are not many things, but I think I should stop here. Thank you, Father, for being with us, for having the courage to trust us and take us forward. And we wish you the very best in Belgium. And I'm sure that very soon there will be a fire being started in Belgium in full swing, and Father cannot stop that.
Mr. Vijai Sardesai, Father Prashant, Dr. Nina, Tejas, Kishore Shah. I was telling Mr. Sardesai, when Tushar is given that MC, he speaks such a Konkani that I can never understand him. And I think he deliberately does it so that I don't fall. Every time I tell him to speak a softer version. But anyway, he does well, he speaks Konkani very well. There are two words that I caught up while they were talking. One is development and the other is happiness. Father King is a happy man. Development, to my mind, is not buildings and roads and bridges. That is not development. Development is when people stop throwing garbage on the road, and when our waters are clean and when our air is clean to breathe. That's when we say development. All these fancy words. So Don Bosco has new buildings and new infrastructure. That is not development in that way. Unless all of you are happy achieving all the objectives of the society, or objectives not only the society of salvation but of the people. That is true development. And Father takes that development with him. The other one is happiness. So who is happy? There's a study made by Harvard by a professor from neurosciences, and he broke up happiness into 5 or 6 different components. He says 50% you'll be happy if your parents are happy. So look and see if your father and mother are happy people. If they are unhappy people, likely you also would be an unhappy person. 25% he says comes from an event. Like for example, if I got a new job, or I've won a lottery, or I'm getting married, or that is happiness. And the other 25% comes from 4 factors, he says. One is friends, one is family, one is faith, and the other is your job. So friends, make sure you have good friends. Family, you have no choice, you have to go along with them. Faith, whichever faith you follow, stick up to it. It guides you to do the right things. And the other is your job. Be happy in your job. And when you work in places like, say, the Don Bosco College or FiiRE or wherever it is, be happy. If you have expectations that are too much, you will always be unhappy. Never expect anything from anybody. I was talking to Honorable MLA now about gratitude. Very few people have gratitude. Very few. In fact, in our own Bible, they say Jesus cured 10 lepers and only one came back to say thank you. The others have just gone away. So don't expect thank you. Don't expect it from people. Just keep doing your job like Father Kinley does. Keep doing relentlessly. People will thank you, may not thank you, but you have to be at it. So Father, you have been an inspiration. I personally have lost not only a friend, he was my student, by the way. I have taught Father Kinley for some time. So as a student, as a friend, we worked together, and he's never said no to whatever I said to him. Whether it is when he said we'll put up the incubator here, we'll put up the innovation council here. In fact, Mr. Parikar asked me, "Arey, tu want think it out there at incubation center? It's a private college." I said, "You have to be innovative, no?" He just smiled. He said, "Okay, go." So when you are innovative, this is what happens. This is a private institute which has got a government office here, which is unusual actually. And Father Kinley said, yes. We set up the prototyping lab with the grant. That also is a government body in a private institution, which is running well. So this is all because Father Kinley said, okay, let us do it. If he had a doubt, like Prashant had said doubt, nothing of that sort would happen. And I know very many people who say that, they have doubts. Will it work? Will it not work? We are a religious body. What are we doing? Innovation. What are we doing with technology here? But he has never said that. He goes from here. We are left with a heavy heart, Father. We will miss you dearly. I remember whenever I come here, it is just Father Kinley. I just call him and say, I'm just coming. He says, come, come. His words are that, come, come. He just says it twice. Dr. Nina, she's sad. I see her. She tells me I'm feeling bad that he's going. But change is inevitable in life. We have to change, things move on, and hopefully whatever happens, happens for the best. So Father, keep in touch with us. We have, in fact, Mr. Sardesai, who has been a tremendous, in case you don't know, he's been a tremendous help to this institution. Whenever there is a problem, first person we meet is him. If I have a problem in Manovikas, the first person I will call is I call him. And he is always attending to it. He may be busy, he's on the news all the time, he's doing things, but he helps us. And he will not help and tell people he helps us silently. And that's one big quality in Mr. Sardesai that we should all emulate. Okay? So thank you, Honorable MLA, for all that, Father Kinley. And Nina, don't worry, we are here along with you. And Tejas and Prashant as well. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So I think I should speak in English only, no? I'm also good in Konkani, but mix Maria. Mr. Noronha spoke about what development actually is. But my association with Father Kinley began when Fatorda was not developed. So he's come here 15 years ago. And I've been an MLA for 13 years. And many people credit me with the physical development of Fatorda, good infrastructure, having a good academic institution coming here, and basically taking Fatorda forward. You will say that I am using words which are in tune with my politics, but they have to be that way. And let's hit the nail on the head. For us, when we come to a constituency, which was a constituency which Mr. Fatorda, who often comes to Don Bosco, tells me, this was part of his constituency earlier. And he built RDA roads. RDA roads are 4-meter roads. So it is transformed from 4-meter roads to 15-meter roads. It's no longer a village constituency, it is a proper city with good infrastructure, which has been challenged last night by incessant unseasonal rains, for which I've got to set things straight today. But this transformation of the constituency from a rural-urban constituency to a proper city, which does not lose the essence of Goikarpana, is what is my achievement. And in this achievement, I see that Don Bosco has transformed from a standard institution to something much bigger. Father Kinley's perseverance in extracting his pound of flesh from the government is what has to be applauded today. See, Francis was a scheme, but the government spent on creating sports infrastructure. Now, the first beneficiary of it, Francis D'Souza, it was named by Puerto Rico after Francis to try to make his, I'm now just straying off the point, but he called himself a Hindu Catholic that time. So to make him popular, he named the scheme also after him. But the scheme didn't go to Mapsar, it came first to Don Bosco. And for that, you have to give credit to Father Kinley for pursuing it at every level, catching hold of Alvis Gomes, this, that, all that. But somehow he saw to it that Fatorda was the place where government should invest in their new schemes, see whether they become successful, and which they have. See whether the balance between locals and the new students, that is also maintained, which he has successfully done. So all in all, he's been a big partner in taking Fatorda forward. And my entire tenure has been during his tenure here. So as a Fatorda, I will certainly miss him. I would want him to come back here. If there was influence that you can get a guy back, I would actually try. But the Salesians are not Pramod Sawant's administration. So you can't get transferred and retransferred overnight. So we have to perhaps give him a chance to put his heart and soul in making not such a smart Panjim a real smart city. I don't believe smart cities can be made by stupid people. That's what we see in Panjim at the moment. Don Bosco also has a big, huge piece of land in the center of Panjim. Panjim is supposed to be smart, but it is not smart at all. So I think this transformation that Fatorda has seen can also be taken by Father Kinley to Panjim. And I'm sure that as the capital city of our state, we also want it to develop. Father Kinley has put everything of his heart and soul into making Don Bosco what it is today. To an extent that his heart, he told me, was working only 15%. At one stage of it, his tenure here, and now it is looking 75%. So those 10 acres of Don Bosco have got a 75% heart to depend on, which I'm sure he'll able to transform. But anytime the next project that he has in mind for Fatorda, which he had in mind for Fatorda, which he may have shared with Mr. Noronha, we can both take forward, even in his absence. But we wish him all the very best for having done a lot. The Salesians have a message, they try to spread the message of God through education. So technical education is the field that Father Kinley chose, and I'm sure he has done his job well. And he's got them young. Football has been made, we are like a nursery for new football talent. And Salsa used to be the nursery. The ground has created good talent here, and which he keeps nurturing, and which he supports fully, and which he sees that people like us also regularly support through whatever we can do, some donations and all those things. So he's been consistent, and his focus has been on trying to change, reform society by catching them young. And I think he's done it very well. I applaud him for it. I thank him for it on behalf of the people of my constituency, and I do wish him all the very best in the future. He can always count upon me as a friend. I am always there, and I am always there for Don Bosco. So all the very best to Father Kinley in his next endeavor of trying to make a not so smart Belgium into something more smarter. So all the very best.
To a few present here. The MLA of our constituency, I don't call him an MLA because I call him a very dear friend, because I knew him before he became an MLA, and our association started from then on. And to me, whether it be his security guard or whether it be his personal secretary, they all know me personally there. So whenever I go there, I get direct entry even to his residence, and I have even sat with him on his breakfast table. So that is the relationship that two of us enjoy. And whenever I have gone to his place, I have never come back with a no. I have always got the assurance that whatever we see for the development of people, more than the development of the constituency here, that he puts in his 100%. Thank you, sir, for your support to the cause of Don Bosco here, and also to the cause of the development of the people of this place. Secondly, Sir Noronha, my association with Sir Noronha goes back to 1985, 40 years. And from then on, I was just telling our MLA that Sir was my teacher there in the Polytechnic, and whenever I used to enter the welding workshop, the first fellow to be sent out of the workshop was me, because he knew that I knew welding and that I would do the welding for the others, so the first person to be packed off was me. So I used to be packed off of the workshop first, and that was the confidence that he had in me. And later on, as a priest, I came to know him better, and even our association began. And especially when the time came for application for this, engineering college, we were there at the computer, sitting at the computer, waiting for, because that time the internet speed was not much, and logging on to AICTE website also was very poor, and connectivity was very bad. So we were sitting by our computer waiting for the internet to open and log on again to the website, and by the time we log on, again the internet would go off. So then we had to again patiently wait, and this used to happen till 5:30 in the morning. So we used to wish each other good morning, and he used to return back home. And those were the times, and as I was telling our professors, when I was sent here, I was actually in a place called Kundapur on the way to Mangalore. And I was sent there with the intention of putting up a polytechnic there. And I had studied, I had made the study and all that, because there was a polytechnic in Bhatkal and the next polytechnic was in Udupi, 40 kilometers on either side. So we thought of putting up a polytechnic there in Trasi, near the Marwante beach. And I came to know a lot about what is needed in an engineering college and all that, polytechnic and whatnot. So because we were making the plans to put up a polytechnic there. And then I was given the opportunity to come here and start with an engineering college. That was the mandate given to us by one of our provincial chapters. And so I came here in 2010 and the work began in 2010. And I came with nothing else but a dream. I came with a dream, and the only thing that was in my mind was this entire property, the landscape of this property. And by and by, I felt that things were falling in place. The engineering college began in the place where we have FiiRE right now. And we fathers, we gave up the best place of our residence for the engineering college, because we felt that that was the priority at that time, and we moved into the other adjacent building behind, and because we felt that the youngsters of today needed that space for the engineering college, and so we fathers were ready to give up that space and move into a smaller space and let the engineering college take precedence over everything else. So that is how we began with the engineering college that side. And then the entire dream of putting up this engineering college came by and by, as actually this whole area was only full of some coconut trees. Some 30 or 40 coconut trees we had to cut. That is before the law came, and we were putting up the college. And I was just telling Sir Noronha also today morning that we had very good neighbors, with all the noise of the mixers and the breakers and all happening here on our campus. We were actually doing work 24/7. Because we had to meet up with the challenges that AICTE had put before us. Thus, we had to put up workshop spaces, we had to put up classroom spaces, and that too within a very short period of time. Thanks to our contractor also, Mr. Somnath Naiko is no more with us. He is also my companion and Sir's teacher. Sir was his teacher. Okay, so in no time he put up that building for us. He put up the entire structure for us, and today what we enjoy as the Don Bosco College of Engineering has become a reality. And to tell you the fact, when the building was coming up, when I was sent here, I used to hardly sleep, and I think that was one of the causes of my heart failing. But today, looking at everything that is in place, looking at the right people that are there in Ma'am Neena, our MLA, Sir Suzanne Noronha, Prashant, Tejas, the right people have come here to Don Bosco at the right time. And I thank God for all of that, because I enjoy good sleep. Because even if you tell me now, go to my room, I'll go to my room and in 10 minutes I can fall asleep. That is the blessing that I got from God today of being very calm. I used to be very agitated a few years back. I used to be very agitated, because things are not getting done very fast. And today I can say that okay, it's not within my thing, so let it go. It can be done over a period of time, and that is what God has blessed me with today. And as I was telling Sir, I have to go for an echo test tomorrow. I hope everything is okay. Yeah, I suppose everything will be okay because I have already done one detailed blood test and everything. Reports seem to be okay. So I feel my heart also will be okay. Yeah. So that's it. I was just telling sir, I don't think it is for a long period of time that I will be absent from here. You will see my face now and then. But if things go well and if God's blessings are there also with me there, I think the project should be completed within a very short period of time, and you will see me back here in Don Bosco. Because a few, not a few, what I dreamt of him putting up here in Don Bosco is also a Don Bosco Institute of Entrepreneurship, and that is my dream, and I will pursue it. Even if I'm not here, I shall pursue it and see that it becomes a reality. So thank you very much for all that you have been to me as people. Thank you for having supported my dream and also being part and parcel of the dream of Don Bosco. God bless you, and may He shower on you His gifts, graces and blessings in abundance. Thank you.
तुम्ही पळयतात GNH.
आस्ता पावस मरे
टायर झाल्या मरे
मुझे भाषे हड्डे झाले इथे
टायर चेंज कर मरे योकोहामा टायर एक्सप्रेस सगळे टायर सोल्यूशन एका जाग्यार विथ 5 years अनकंडिशनल वॉरंटी.
अरे वाह.
योकोहामा टायर एक्सप्रेस ऑपोजिट सनशाइन हॉस्पिटल, आलेम हायवे, मारगांव.